My dear students, I welcome you for today's lecture. We are actually solving constructions and now we are actually into 11.2. When it comes to 11.2, my dear students, then actually the most of the topic is concerned with drawing tangents. 11.1 consists of triangles, similar triangles and all, and 11.2 consists of is related to circle. And when the topic of 10th comes to circle, then it is basically circle and tangent. That is the main topic. See, my dear students, when it comes to drawing a tangent, then tangent are actually again three types of tangents. I'll explain you three types of tangents. Means the questions can be of the three types of drawing tangents with three different conditions. Tangent is always one tangent. Tangent means, as we know, that it is basically a line which touches circle at one and only one point, or intersects circle at one and only one point. That is a tangent. And the main property of a tangent is that when you draw, if you have got a tangent over here, when you draw a radius to the point of tangent, when a radius is drawn to the point of tangent, then that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. This is the main property, and that is what we are going to use continuously. When the tangent is drawn, when you have to draw a tangent, then actually there can be three different type of conditions. One, when actually point on the circle is there, draw tangent at that point. Means you will be asked, always means we will be asked to draw a circle, then take a point on the circle, point K on the circle, and draw a tangent at point K. Or supposingly, when you are having a circle or you have got a triangle, and then they will be asking you to draw tangent at vertex A, vertex B, vertex C, something like that. So basically this is a vertex, this is basically a point on the circle, and you need to draw a tangent going through this point. So when this condition is there, when a point is on the circle and you have to draw a tangent going through that point, then what is the condition, or how are you going to draw that? See, my dear students, when this is the condition, when a point is there on the circle, already it is present on the circle, and you have to draw a tangent going through that point, then what you will do, take the center and draw a line going through that point on the circle, going through that point which is on the circle. Extend it outside the circle. Now, as we have done that perpendiculars, three type of perpendiculars. We know we have drawn three type of perpendiculars. One perpendicular when actually a segment is there and a point is on the segment, and you need to draw a perpendicular going through this point. Then what you do, you keep the divider on this and make two arcs on the segment. That means this is your new segment. Now you keep the divider on this arc, make an arc up, make an arc down. Keep the divider on this arc, make an arc intersecting up, arc and down, and then this becomes the perpendicular going through this point on the segment. This is what you are going to do over here now. Here through to this is the segment and this is the point which is on the circle. Now means you have to now ignore the circle. Now it is a segment and this is the point on the segment. You have to draw a perpendicular going through this point. You have to ignore the other part. So what you will do is that you will keep the divider over here, make an arc over here, make an arc over here. Like this, you have got a new segment now. Now keeping the divider over here, make an arc up, make an arc down. Keeping the divider over here, make intersecting arcs over here, and then this will be the tangent that you will be drawing. It's simple as that, my dear student, because this acts like a radius. And now we know a perpendicular to this radius at this point will be automatically the tangent, because that is the only one perpendicular at that point. So this is one way. So actually here also I'll do the same thing. From here I'll extend it, and then keeping the divider over here, I'll make an arc up, I'll make an arc here. Then keeping the divider over here, I will have to make an arc on the left hand side, make an arc right hand side. Keeping the divider over here, I will have to make intersecting arcs and then connect them. So this will be the tangent at this vertex. Similarly here also, I'll connect from the center, I'll go and extend it further. So keeping the divider over here, I'll make two arcs on this segment, and then I'll keeping the divider over here, I'll make an arc up, I'll make an arc down. Keeping the divider over here, I'll make an arc up, I'll make an arc down, intersecting arcs, and connect these two intersecting arcs. This will be the perpendicular. Same will happen over here, my dear students. Okay, so this is how you have to make tangents when you have got a point on the circle which is already there in your diagram. Just keep this knowledge. This is not very much asked to you all people, but this is very basic level of tangent required. Second is, again, point is on the circle. Draw tangent at that point, but without using the center. Here we are using the center. We are drawing a segment going through that point. In this way we are actually using the center. Second type is when actually we have to draw tangent without using the center. So what happens over here, see, in this case the property that here we use the property radius is perpendicular to the tangent. That property we are using, and that's why we are getting a tangent over there, because we draw a radius, extend it, and draw a perpendicular at the point of tangent, then that will be a tangent over there. The perpendicular will be a tangent over there. In this case, what is the property that we are going to use? We know that angles in alternate segment. See, my dear students, if there is a triangle like this, see, angles in alternate segment, this theorem we have done when we were doing triangles. See, this angle which is made by a chord and the tangent. See, this is a tangent. Okay, fine. This is a tangent. Angle is made by a chord and a tangent. Okay, this is the angle. Which is the angle? Angle I label is at PQS. This angle PQS will always be congruent to which angle? See, this is the chord and this is the tangent. Angle made by the chord with its tangent will be congruent to the angle subtended by the same chord on the alternate side, on the other side. This PQ, when it is subtending a angle on the other side. Other side means what? See, here angle PQS is on the lower side of the chord. So I will have to take a angle subtended by PQ on the upper side. So this will be the angle. These both will be congruent. These two angles will be congruent. This is the property. This is called angles in alternate segment. Why we have to take upper side and lower side? Because see, my dear students, if the same figure would have been there, and instead of taking angle PQS, if I take another pair of angle where a chord and a tangent is there. So chord RQ is the chord and the tangent is QT, suppose. This QT is the tangent. Then angle RQT. Angle RQT. Right? So this angle RQT will be congruent to what now? RQT. Among RQ and QT. Among RQ and QT. RQ is the chord and QT is a tangent. So ignore the tangent. RQ is the chord. RQ should subtend an angle on the circle on the opposite side. Considering RQ, angle RQT is on the right hand side. Angle RQT is on the right hand side. So RQ should subtend an angle on the left hand side. Where will it subtend? RPQ. RPQ. This is the angle subtended by RQ on the left hand side. So this angle RPQ will be congruent to angle RQT. Okay, my dear student, this is angles in alternate segment. Angle RPQ will be congruent to angle RQT, and similarly here angle PQS will be congruent to angle PRQ. Okay, this you have to understand, and this is exactly what we will be doing over here. See, when they ask us to draw a tangent without using the center of the circle, then what we will do, supposing if this is the point, you have to take a point and you have to draw a tangent at this point. Then what you will do, you will construct a triangle over here. This is the point. Now we know, see, if I consider this as a chord, A, B as a chord. Then I will have to draw AB subtending an angle on the upper side. This angle ACB is subtended by AB on the upper side. So if I copy this angle, if I draw an angle congruent to this angle on the lower side at vertex B, AB, P, then that will be a tangent, because that is the chord and tangent. Chord and tangent. If this angle is congruent to this angle, if this angle and this angle congruent are made, so automatically this SQ will be coming over there. So I have to copy this angle over here. And definitely even if I copy this angle over here, because see, considering, chalo, we'll draw one. This I will have to draw over here. That means what I will have to do, I will have to copy, means this is my base arm, AC becomes my base arm, and CB becomes my terminal arm. So here I have to copy on the alternate side. This is the only thing that you have to remember. Fine. Base arm and then terminal arm. Fine. Now I have to copy the distance between the two arcs. This is the distance between the two arcs. I copy this angle over here. Now if I connect this to this vertex, this will become a tangent. Okay, my dear student, this is the technique that you have to understand. But here you have to remember that this angle is congruent to this angle. Angle ACB is congruent to angle ABD that we have done. And then this is going to be a tangent. DB is going to be a tangent. This is the concept that you have to use. This I am telling you all people because you have to know this, and definitely keep this in mind. Practice these tangents. Take your own measurements. This is really very nice, interesting topic. You can do one thing like this. You can see in a figure they can give you like this also. A chord is taken over here, chord PQ, like you draw a circle of center of radius 2 centimeter, then take a chord PQ of the length 3 centimeters, and then draw a tangent at P and draw a tangent at Q without using the center of the circle. At that time what you will do, PQ is there, then you will make only one triangle like this. Now you know that this PQ is the common chord, so it is subtending angle at R. So I will copy this angle R at this vertex also and this vertex also. So this is going to be one chord and then tangent, one chord and then tangent. So that is what I will do. I will do, keep it, make it at once. I will take an arc over here, base arm, terminal arm. So this is going to be my base arm at P, at Q also and P also. This is my base arm and this is my terminal arm. Fine. I will keep it same, and this is my base arm and this is my terminal arm. Fine. And then I will have to copy the distance or measure the distance between these two arcs. And now I will copy this distance over here and copy the distance over from here. Sorry. Now when I connect this, definitely it is going to be a tangent over here. It is not going to be over here because my circle is not proper. Okay, this is how you will be doing. Of course, but you will have to measure this. This is when they have told you that these angles, you don't have to use the center of the circle. Okay, practice this. This may come anytime, anywhere. They are really needed. And the most important one, which your exercise is filled with, is a third type, where actually the tangent from a point outside the circle. So if supposing they ask you to draw a circle of radius 2.5 centimeter, from the center they ask you to take a point at a distance 6 centimeter. Now this is 2.5 centimeter. So from the center, definitely 6 centimeter will go outside the circle. Now from this point they are asking you to make tangents. So of course, because it is a point outside the center, you will be having two tangents from that point, and that both of them will be congruent. From this point you are supposed to make tangent. Now here what actually speaking, the concept that you are going to use is, See my dear students, when in a circle we know, in a circle, if a diameter is there and a diameter subtends an angle on the circle, so it is always equal to 90 degree. When a diameter subtends an angle on the circle, it is always equal to 90 degree. But here try to understand this circle whose diameter is going to subtend an angle is not this circle. You have to construct a new circle. A new diameter, no, diameter is this one. This is going to be your diameter. And you have to construct a new circle whose diameter is going to be this distance. Now two things will be mixed over here. One will be this, that diameter subtends 90 degree at the center, on the circle, sorry, diameter subtends 90 degree on the circle and radius perpendicular to tangent. These both will be applied over here. So what you have to do for this, as I told you, you will have to construct a new circle. So this is the segment, and now you want to construct a new circle whose diameter is this new segment. For that, what you will have to do, you will have to draw a perpendicular bisector of this segment. As I have told you, you have to make your basics very strong. So now your question is, you have to ignore all this circle, you have to ignore this circle, and now think of only this segment and draw a perpendicular bisector of these segments. For that, just you have to keep it on the end points, make an arc up, make an arc down. Similarly here, make an arc up, make an arc down, and then this will be your perpendicular bisector. Fine. Why this perpendicular bisector is taken? Only because you want to have the center of this circle. This is going to be the center of the circle. Now this becomes your radius. This is equal from here, this is equal from here. This is become your center. So keeping the divider over here, and now this becomes your end of the circle, and then you will go on drawing this circle. So this is your circle, where actually the concept that radius is perpendicular to, the diameter subtends 90 degree on the circle will be applicable over here. Now if I consider this circle, anywhere I will take this, it is going to be 90 degree. But I will take only the point which is the intersection, point of intersection. Here if I will construct a angle subtended by this diameter, it is going to be 90 degree. But then this is 90 degree over here. This angle is definitely going to be 90 degree for this circle. For this dotted circle, this angle is going to be 90 degree because this is the diameter of that dotted circle, and diameter is subtending angle on the circle. But the same configuration, when you consider from this circle, then for this circle, this is become a radius. This is become a radius, and this angle is 90 degree, so this has to be tangent. Okay, so like this, it will be happening on this side also. This also. There will be 2 points of intersection of the two circles, and those 2 points will be giving 2 tangents. Definitely on this dotted circle, the idea that diameter subtends 90 degree on the circle will apply, and then this will become 90 degree. Similarly, this also will become 90 degree because see, diameter is subtending an angle on the circle. This also will become 90 degree. But the same configuration, when you come to black circle, which is the original circle, then this one becomes the radius, and because it is 90 degree, so this has to become the tangent. So this is the concept, and this you have to use heavily. The whole exercise 11.2 is filled with this type of questions. Remember, you have to construct a new circle where this distance between the center and the point from where the tangent is supposed to be drawn, that has to become the diameter of a new circle, and a circle has to be constructed on that diameter. Okay, or if I take it, talk it in more materialistic language, that just do this, then you have to only understand that whichever the segment This is the distance and this is the segment which is at a distance. Then materialistic language, just take this segment, draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment, we're keeping the point over divider over here. Just draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment. This perpendicular bisector will bisect the segment, and then keeping the divider on the point of perpendicular bisector, and then tracing this circle, draw this circle. Wherever the two circles intersect, that is going to be the point of tangent. This is the more materialistic way, but that is not a conceptual way. The real idea is this. You have to understand why it is a tangent. Okay, I have explained in both the ways. So now we can try to go and solve exercise 11.2, my dear students. So let's see how many questions we can solve. So first one, if I start with, I hope you all have got your textbooks with you. Okay, so draw a circle of radius 6 centimeter. From a point 10 centimeter away from its center, construct a pair of tangents to the circle and measure the lengths. So this is the first one what I have told you before this also. So we have to draw a circle of radius 6 centimeters. So I will keep it over here, take this 6 centimeter. And then from there we have to take a point 10 centimeters, okay. So 6 of radius 6 centimeters, probably huge. This is the radius 6 centimeter. Okay, I'll take it over here. But this is going to be real huge. Let's see. Of radius 6 centimeter. This is my point of. Okay. And from here they are asking us to take a point at a distance of 10 centimeter. This is going to be my point at the distance of 10 centimeter. Fine. This is my point. Now this is my segment. So this is my segment. I have to draw a circle for which this segment becomes the diameter. For that I have to trace the center of this segment. For that I have to draw a perpendicular bisector of this segment. So considering this segment only, what I will do is that I will keep the divider on one part. I have to take more than half, and then this one arc up and one arc down, keeping it on the other side. Again I will cut this. Oh, I always miss one. It is very bad. Fine. So this is done. And now I will have to connect these two. Fine. So this is my perpendicular bisector. This perpendicular bisector, the point of perpendicular bisector can come sometimes inside the circle, can come sometimes outside the circle. Don't get bothered by that. Okay, it can come anywhere. This time it has come inside the circle, so then don't get bothered by that. Now what you have to do is that this is your center of the new circle and this is going to be your circle. Now you have to take a chance and see whether other point is also coming. Yes, it is pakka. So now I have a habit of drawing it as a dotted circle, but definitely where the circle intersects, at that time I have to be careful. Fine. No problem even if you take a longer dot, but where it is intersecting, at that point you have to take carefully. Fine. So this is my circle. Okay. So now they are intersecting where? Here. This is the point of intersection and this is the point of intersection. I'll connect this point which is outside the circle, outside this main circle. I'll connect this over here and that will be my tangent. So I connect this over here properly. This will be acting as a tangent. Okay, fine. From here also I'll connect this properly. this also will be acting like a tangent. Fine. But remember, my tangent is actually, supposing if this is my, they have not asked me to label anything, but this is my O, okay, this is my P, then PQ is my tangent and PR is my tangent. Okay, and what all things I have to label. Always remember that you have to label things that are being told to you. So first I will do what, I will label this. Supposing this radius is told me to, is I have to show this radius is how much, 6 centimeter. So I will label this, that this is the circle of radius 6 centimeter, and then PQ and PR are my required tangents. But then when I drew this, what I needed to draw, OP, of course the distance also 10 centimeter which was told to me. Always label that first what is being told. Then I took this as the center, and this becomes my perpendicular bisector. I drew this perpendicular bisector, this becomes my center C, and then I drew this circle, and then this PQ is drawn. That's all. PQ is equal to PR are the required tangents. And of course we will have to draw these arrowheads. They really mean a lot. Arrowheads improve the, enhance the beauty of the diagram. So this is how you have to draw these light issues. Okay, I hope you all have got it. This is quite easy. So first master this, and of course the first two type of tangents, though they have not, many questions are not available, but do definitely practice them also. Construct a triangle, second one I am talking about. Construct a triangle to a circle of radius 4 centimeter from a point on the concentric circle of radius 6 centimeter. Measure its length. Also verify the measurement by actual calculation. Okay, so here what they are asking us to do is that from a point on the concentric, any point, means basically here they have to construct a, there are two circles, construct a tangent to a circle of radius 4 centimeter. So basically we need to have, I'll take another page. One circle, this is of radius 4 centimeter. We have to draw a tangent to this radius from a point on concentric circle. Concentric circle means circles having same center. This is of radius 6 centimeters. This is of radius 6 centimeter. From any point over here, I have to draw a tangent to this circle. So this will come something like that. This will come something like that. Okay. So this we have to measure the lengths. So of course for measuring the lengths means basically we will have to measure this length, and this length also we will be knowing. That's okay, my dear student. So as now you must be knowing that to draw this means what, basically this is the center and this is the point on the concentric circle. I have to draw a perpendicular bisector of this segment. When I draw a perpendicular bisector of this segment and then draw a circle of this, wherever this circles will intersect, that will be my tangent. Then I will, okay, this much I will do first and then I will show you. I hope this you have got. Still I will require two circles, one of radius 4 centimeter, other of radius 6 centimeter. So 4 centimeter, 4, 6. So one of radius 4 centimeter. Hello.
Hello.
One of radius 4 centimeter. This is the circle of radius 4 centimeter. Fine. centimeter, and then one more circle which is of the radius 6 centimeter is needed. This is the circle of radius 6 centimeter. So I keep the center over here and then draw another circle, which is basically a concentric circle. Fine, this is how I have got the two concentric circles. Now they are asking us to take any point on the circle of radius 6 centimeter. This is the point, and the tangent should come from this point to the smaller point. So definitely I will have to draw the segment first. What I will do is that I will draw this segment. And what do you expect the distance to be? This is going to be definitely 6 centimeter because this is the radius. Okay, this is going to be 6 centimeter because that is the radius of the larger circle. Now I will have to draw a perpendicular bisector of this, because now I have to draw a circle which is the diameter of that circle is this. So keeping it over here, I will take it more, then my scale should fit over there to find this. So this is coming over here. This is approximately over here. Then keeping it on the other side without changing the distance. These are the intersecting arcs. These are the intersecting arcs. So now this is going to give me my perpendicular bisector. Fine. This is my perpendicular bisector. This is my center of the other circle. So keeping the divider over here and taking this as my point on the circle, I should match it with this. Yes, it is matching. So now I will start to trace this circle. Now I will start to trace this circle, and now this is going to be this is the point of intersecting of two circles. So try to understand if I have got any confusion. This is the new circle, dotted circle I have traced, and this is the circle which the tangent is supposed to be drawn. So they are intersecting over here. See properly, where are they intersecting? They are intersecting over here. So I will have to draw tangents over there. So the moment I connect these points, so that will be the tangent automatically. The moment I connect this point, that will be the tangent automatically. Okay, fine. This is done. So now if I consider drawing the details that have been given to me, first I will have to draw this radius and then this radius. Okay, fine. This is 4 centimeter, this is 6 centimeter. This is my center O, this is my center C. Then I drew this perpendicular bisector. Fine. Then I got these tangents. This is P, Q, P, R. These are my tangents. But then PR. How much is that? PQ is equal to PR. By calculation, by actually seeing over here, how much is it? How much is that going to be? 4.5. 4.5 or 4.6. 4.6. Let's see what happens. 4.6 centimeter. This is by calculation. Okay, my dear students. Now we have to verify. They have told us also verify the measurement by actual calculations. So when I go to measure, verify this, how do I verify this? See, if I consider this triangle OQP, in triangle OQP, OQ is the radius of the smaller circle, so that is going to be 6. No, 4. Sorry. That is going to be 4. And OP is the radius of the bigger circle, that is going to be 6 centimeter. Fine. So in triangle OQP by Pythagoras theorem, because that is a Pythagoras theorem, because that is a right angle triangle. Here the segment opposite to 90 degrees OP, OP square is going to be equal to OQ square plus PQ square. We have to calculate PQ. OP is what? OP is 6 square, OQ is 4 square plus PQ square. If I do this, 36 is equal to 16 plus PQ square. 36 minus 16 is equal to PQ square. 20 is equal to PQ square. So 20 is equal to PQ square. So now PQ is equal to what? Square root of 20. Now to calculate square root of 20 is going to be a thing that we have to remember that we had done in lower standards. We first have to use a square. 2 2s are 4, 4 4s are 16, 5 5 are the 4, 4s are 16. Fine. 4 remains. Now decimal will come 2 zeros at a time. You have to get this 4 will come over here, 8. Now what you have to do, 8 is this, 1 into 1 will give you 81, 2 into 2, you have to go on writing this, 2 into 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16, not crossed yet, 8 3 into 3, 3 3s are 9, 3 8s are 24, not crossed yet, 8 4 into 4, 4 4s are 16, 4 8s are 4 4s are 32, 33, not crossed yet, 8 5 into 5, so 5 5s are 25, 5 is a 40, 42 crossed. So this is going to be 4, 4. Okay, this is going to be different now. 5 5 is a 25, 5 5 is a 40, 40, yes. 4.4 something we are going to get, and this is going to be slightly different now. Answer is going to be slightly different. 4 4 is a 16, 4 is a 32, 34. This will give you 4 3, that's all, 640, 0 0. Always 2 zeros will come. Now we will take for this 88, we have got 88, 1 into 1 will give you 881, 88, 2 into 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 1764. This is quite far. 88, 3 4 5 into 5 I am going, 42, 5 8s are 40, 44. This is still far. 8 8, 8 into 8 I will take. 8 8 the 64, 8 the 64, 65, 66, 69, 70, 64, 7 6. This is crossed. 7 into 7, 7 7 the 49, 7 the 56. 7 into 56 plus 6, 6 2. This is 6209. So 8 8 7 7. So this 4.47 can be your square root. So basically this should have been 4 point, not 4.6, this should have been 4.5. So by calculation you will get PQ is equal to 4.47 centimeter, which is approximately equal to 4.5 centimeters. So this is how you have verified. Okay, my dear students. Always that is the reason we should first calculate and then write over here. This is going to be your question number 2. Okay, that's done. Now next we are going to do question number 3. Question number 3. Okay. In question number 3, what are they asking us to do is draw a circle of radius 3 centimeter. Take 2 points P and Q on one of its extended diameter, okay, each at a distance of 7 centimeter from its center, extended diameter. Draw tangent to the circle from these 2 points P and Q. This also is very simple, my dear students. I will just draw a rough diagram for you to understand. See, what they are asking us to is draw a circle of radius 3 centimeter. So supposing of this type we are supposed to draw of radius 3 centimeter. Fine. Take 2 points P and Q on one of its extended diameter. So this is the diameter we say, and then we have to extend this diameter like this. But then they are telling 2 points P and Q, one of its extended diameter, each at a distance of 7 centimeter from its center. So try to understand, if this is at a distance of 7 centimeter from the center, to get Q also at a distance of 7 centimeter from the center on the extended diameter, I will have to extend this also on this side and take it 7 centimeter from the center over here. This will be my Q. Okay, this is how we have to take the points P and Q. Draw tangents to the circle from these 2 points P and Q. So from these 2 points I have to draw tangent to the circle. So same means point outside the circle, I have to draw tangent for this. Point out of the circle, I have to draw tangent for this. So it's simple, my dear student. This is basically from the center to the point. This is the segment that we have to consider. Always remember this. From the center to the point. This is the segment. Perpendicularly bisect this segment. So you will be able to draw a circle going through this diameter. Okay, and similarly center to diameter to the point outside the circle. Here again I will have to draw perpendicular bisector of this wherever it is, then draw a circle through this. This intersects over here, so this will be tangents from Q. This circle intersects over here, this will be tangent from P. Okay, my dear student, this is how we are going to do actually. And so we start constructing it. So first I will take radius 3 centimeter. Okay, fine. So this is my radius 3 centimeter. I take it in the middle of the page and draw a circle. With radius 3 centimeter. Fine. Then I take 7 centimeter and I will basically draw this and also extend this. So I will have to take 7 centimeter from here. This is 7 centimeter from here, and then 7 centimeter from here. This is one is my P, the other one is my Q. Fine. So now these are the segments. I have to draw perpendicular bisector of these segments. So taking this more than half, I will make a arc up and then an arc over here. Similarly, missed it. Both sides same. So now this I will take anywhere over here, and then take this anywhere over here. I've kept them same because that is not going to make any difference. This is my perpendicular bisector. Okay, similarly, this is my perpendicular bisector. Fine, so this is my perpendicular bisector, and now because these circles are going to be congruent circles anyhow, this is going to be the radius of my circle. I will have to draw this circle. Fine, this is my one circle and this is going to be my other circle. So this way I have got two circles. From this point, this circle is cutting over here and this circle is cutting over here. So they are going to be my tangents. This is my one tangent. This is my other tangent. Okay, and similarly here, this is my one tangent, this is my another tangent. Both are going to be congruent anyhow. So that is done. My dear students, take a look at the diagram, how the diagram looks. See, what I want to make you people realize is that, see this diagram, it looks so empty, so means it's not speaking anything. It is not expressing anything. But once you label the diagram, so this is your point P and Q, so this we can keep at it as O. With the center of this, we'll have to, with the radius of this, I will purposely draw this radius parallel to this. This is just to show that the radius of this is 3 centimeter. 3 centimeter. Then this is P, this is Q, this is 7 centimeter, this is also 7 centimeter, and these are your tangents P, R, PS, QR, QS are your tangents. Okay, for drawing those tangents, you drew this perpendicular bisector and you drew this perpendicular bisectors. Okay, this is how your diagram will look now. See, now the diagram has got something to speak. Suddenly the diagram is speaking a lot. Fine. So this is how the labeling makes a huge difference to your diagrams. So PR PS, QR, QS. You can even write PR is equal to PS is equal to QR is equal to QS are the required metrics. So with this we have finished question number 3, and now we proceed to solve question number 4. Question number 4. In question number 4, draw a pair of tangents to a circle of radius 5 cm which are inclined to each other at an angle of 60 degree. Okay. So here this also is a very simple one. Draw a pair of tangent to a circle of radius 5 cm. So here we have to draw a radius of circle 5 cm. Try to understand this. Now which are inclined to each other at an angle of 60 degree means actually we have to draw tangents like this. We have to draw tangents and the tangents are inclined to the angle of 60 degree. This is their angle of 60 degree. Now how are you going to take these tangents? That is the big difference. Now what happens here, my dear students, is that, see, try to understand, when I draw this radius over here, this is the radius they are telling it is of 5 cm radius. This is the 5 cm radius, this is the 5 cm radius, and I have to draw this O, P, Q, R. RP is my tangent, RQ is a tangent in this 60 degree. Here the condition is that this inclination should be 60 degree. Now this is going to be very easy, my dear students, because see, this is going to be 90 degree. This also is going to be 90 degree. This you want it to be 60 degree. So what is this angle now? See, this O, P, R, Q is basically a quadrilateral. OPRQ is basically a quadrilateral with one 90 degree, 190 degree and 160 degree which is needed. So what is going to be this? So we know the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So this is going to be 90 plus 90, 180 is over. This plus 60 is going to be 180. If you calculate, you will get this to be 120 degree, my dear students. That means first I will draw a circle of 5 centimeter. Then I will take any radius over here, and then I will take another radius which is at an angle of 120 degree over here. Fine. Now is the chance, my dear students. Now you want to draw perpendicular tangent to this circle at this point and tangent to this circle at this point. So this, now we will use the technique that I will extend this and draw a perpendicular to this segment going through this point. Similarly, I will extend this and draw a perpendicular to this segment going through this point. As I have told you, I have explained you tangents of 3 types. When the circle is there and a point on the circle is there, if I have to draw a tangent at this point, then I will draw a radius over here and extend this radius and draw a perpendicular to this segment going through this point. Then that will be the tangent. So that technique I will use over here at this point and this point. So automatically I will get here 60 degree. Okay. So let's start with that. So I have to first draw a circle with radius 5 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter. Fine. Circle with radius 5 centimeter. Fine. So this is my circle with radius 5 centimeter. Of course, the diameter is 10 centimeter. Fine. Now I will take any radius over here. Just try to incline it somewhat. Then I will have to take another radius which is at an angle of 120 degrees, obtuse angle, with this radius. For that, what I will have to do is that align this properly, and now I have to take this scale 10, 20, 30, 40. You have to start from here and properly take an obtuse angle 120 degree. This is going to be my another radius. Now I need to draw tangents at this point and tangent at this point. Automatically it will go and make 60 degree over there. For that, what I have to do is I have to extend this further, and also I have to extend this further. I am purposely taking this 10 centimeter. This also should have been the same way. Fine. Now I will draw. Now see, for drawing perpendicular at this point, this is the segment. Now I have to draw perpendicular on going to the point on the segment. I'll keep the divider on that point where the perpendicular is needed to go through. Make an arc on one side, make another arc on another side. Similarly, I'll do it on here because it's going to be same anyways. Make one arc on this side, make one arc on another side. So I have got what now? I have got this segment. Now I will draw a perpendicular bisector of this segment. For that, I come over here, I come over here, and then I intersect them. I intersect the two segments, then I intersect the two segments. Similarly, I draw one over here, draw one over here, then I draw another over here, draw another over here. Fine. This is my tangent, and this is my another tangent. So with this I have got, if you check this, this is going to be 60 degree inclination from here. See, pakka 60 degree inclination from here. Okay, so that is what it is. Now I have to draw. This is my radius, this is my center O, this is my radius 5 centimeters, and then I drew this perpendicular over here, I drew this perpendicular over here, and this I took it as 120 degrees. This is coming to be 60 degree on its own. Fine. Arrowheads enhance the beauty of the diagram if provided they are drawn tiny, sharp, else they disturb. Okay, that's all, my dear students. Now only we require to label this P, Q, R. So here PQ equal to PR, are the required tangents. So I hope you have understood this. Now we can proceed to solve the question number 5. Now let's go to question number 5. In question number 5, what they have asked us is, draw a line segment AB of length 8 cm, take A as center, draw a circle of radius 4 cm, and taking B as center, draw another circle of radius 3 cm, construct triangles to each circle from the center of the other circle. Try to understand what they have asked us to do. See here, draw a segment of length 8 cm. So we have to plan everything properly, my dear students. This is going to be the segment of 8 cm, where A and B, this is what it will look like. And then they are telling, taking A as a center, draw a circle of radius 4 cm. That means we will have to keep the compass over here and then make a circle of radius 4 cm. And taking B as center, draw a circle of radius 3 cm. So again we have to take this as a circle center and then draw this B with radius 3 cm. Fine. Construct tangents to each circle from the center of the other circle. Means if I have to construct tangent for this circle, I have to take this AB. Try to understand AB. See my dear students, even if I have to construct from A is a point outside the circle, I will have to construct a perpendicular bisector of AB. Even if I have to make tangent for this circle, for that B is the point outside the circle, still I will have to construct perpendicular bisector of AB. So whatever said and done, I will have to construct this perpendicular bisector because I have to construct circle with this as a diameter. And wherever this intersects, this is going to be with the tangents, these are going to be the tangents, and these are going to be the tangents. This is what you will be doing, my dear students. Okay, this is the perpendicular bisector. That's all, very clear and simple. If you feel you are confident enough and you understood it, you can give it a try and then counter check your answer with this, what construction I am doing. So I am taking this at the middle, almost middle. Then I have changed my mind. I took over here because of some reason. This is 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter. So here I'll like to keep some more space compared to this side. Okay, and this is going to be what? How much? 8 centimeter. 8 centimeter. This is my A, this is my B. Once you have planned properly and understood what you are going to do, then you don't have to actually go and refer the question. This is more than sufficient. Compass. Where's my compass? Uh-oh. I misplaced my compass. Here it is. So now they are asking me to take this 4 centimeter radius from it. I'll better make this 4 centimeter. I'll label it over here itself. 4 centimeter radius will come from here, and from here 3 centimeter radius. I can mark them over here itself. This is going to be my 3 centimeter radius. Okay, so now I'll make this circle. Center is B and this is 3 centimeter radius. So this is my one circle. Then this is my another circle which is having the radius as 4 centimeter. So this is the radius 4 centimeter. Fine. Now they are expecting us to draw tangent from this center to this circle, from this center to this circle. Whatever said and done, this is going to be the same segment. So I need to draw a perpendicular bisector of this segment. So that is going to be one and only one. So I'll make one arc up and the other arc here down. Then I go on the other side and make this intersecting arcs. Okay, fine. And now I have to connect these two arcs so that I get a perpendicular bisector. Fine. So this is the perpendicular bisector and this is going to be my center for this diameter. I have to check the other side. Yes, this is quite right. Then I will go on making a dotted circle from here. So this is my dotted circle. I've got this. So now to connect the tangents, from this center, tangent will go over here. Fine. This is going to be my one tangent for this circle, and the other tangent, this from over here, it will go over here. Fine, these are the two tangents. Similarly, tangents will go from this center to this circle. And from this center to this circle. That's it, my dear students. Again, see this diagram, how it looks. So much. Actual word is dumb. I don't want to use that word. Dumb means it's not speaking anything. It's not giving any information. That's why it is dumb. The moment I label it, and a neat label is needed, my dear student. Always type letters. Type letters only will look better. So this is going to be my, now this, always for radius it is good to draw another one segment, draw another radius over here. That will give it a proper look, and try to maintain some uniformity. I am trying to make both the radius parallel. Always what is given in the question, that should be labeled first. So this is basically AB is going to be 8 centimeter. Can I adjust my 8 centimeter in this block? Yes, I do. And then this is going to be my 4 centimeter. I am just looking at this diagram and labeling everything from here. This is 3 centimeter. Fine. See, as we are proceeding forward, the diagram is starting to speak. This is the perpendicular bisector that I have drawn, and then this is the tangent. AB is over A, P, A, Q, B, R, B, S are the two tangents required. And just to give it a complete look, I need arrowheads. Arrowheads really, I tell you, they play wonders if they are drawn tiny and cute. Then definitely they give a completeness to the figure. So here we will write BR is equal to BS, or AP is equal to AQ, and BR is equal to BS are the required tangents. Okay, my dear students, so with this, now see, if you see the figure, same figure, you can go back and see when how the figure was before we labeled it, and now when we have labeled it, how it looks. So this is very important, my dear students. And now let's go to the next question, question number 6. Question number 6. Let ABC be a right angled triangle in which AB is equal to 6, BC is equal to 8, and angle B is equal to 90 degree. Okay, let's go with the figure. Angle B is equal to 90 degree. So this is a triangle. B is equal to 90 degree. So I will take BC as 8, AB as, this will be A. See, when we are doing this construction, this rough work, when you are trying to plan your diagram, at that time you should do the labeling as your diagram is going forward. But when you are drawing the fair diagram, labeling should be done at the end. Always labeling should be done at the end. The reason for this is very simple, my dear students. If you label it first itself, then maybe you will cross over the label, and it really destroys the beauty of the diagram. So this it's always nice. Here you always label with the diagram, and for the fair diagram, look at this labeling and label it at the end. So here this is the triangle ABC. This will be 90 degree over here, and then this we can easily trace. Okay, we can take this, and then this triangle ABC can be easily drawn. BD is perpendicular from B on AC. Now see, this is what I mean to say. Now this is your segment AC, and this is the point which is outside the segment. From here you need to draw a perpendicular on AC. So for that, what you will do, you will keep the divider on the point which is outside the segment, and then make two arcs on AC. Then you can lift it from here, and then here you can just, because your one point is already there, you need a perpendicular coming from B, so you don't have to actually, this will be your perpendicular from B on AC. That is BD. This is BD. This is perpendicular. So we will have to draw perpendicular over here. Circle through BCD is drawn. The circle through BCD is drawn. So try to understand, if I have to draw a circle going through BCD here, so you can see this BDC is already 90 degree. So I just have to draw a circle considering BC as the diameter. If I make BC as the diameter and then draw a circle, it will definitely go through D, because angle subtended by diameter on the circle is 90 degree. Now this is 90 degree, therefore it has to be subtended on the circle. For that I need to have this midpoint of this BC. That means again I will have to draw perpendicular bisector of BC. Perpendicular bisector of BC. I will have to draw perpendicular bisector of BC. Okay. When I draw this perpendicular bisector of BC, then definitely I will get the midpoint of this, and then when I draw this circle, it will definitely go, it has to go through BDC. This all you can do in the rough diagram, my dear students. Okay, you can all do this on the rough diagram. Okay, the circle must have got moved. So this you will draw circle going through BDC. Like this it is. A construct tangent from A to this circle. So now you can see tangent from A to this circle. So you can see AB is already a tangent. AB is already a tangent, basically because it is 90 degree over here. This is radius and this. One more tangent will be needed. So for that you will have to from A to this circle. So we know when we draw a tangent from a point outside the circle, we connect the point outside the circle to the center and draw a perpendicular bisector of this, and then we draw the circle. This will be the tangent. This is the method. So here, when if I have to draw this from A to the circle, so I will have to connect A to the center and draw perpendicular bisector of this A, and then draw a circle over here. Fine. And then wherever it intersects, that is going to be my tangent. This is what the figure will look like. Okay, my dear students, I shall start to draw this diagram on another paper. So over here, as you have seen, first I am asked to draw a segment of 8 centimeters, and then I will have to draw this triangle ABC because this angle B is 90 degree. I take this as 90 degree from here, and then I draw this 7 centimeters purposely because I am expected to draw a side of 6 centimeter actually. This is my 6 centimeter exactly coming on this line. This is going to be my triangle ABC. Okay, and now I have to draw a perpendicular from here to there. So to draw a perpendicular from here, first I will keep my divider on this and make a segment on this. Okay, I'll make a segment on this, and after that I will have to draw two intersecting arcs on this. Fine, and this should be my perpendicular. Before I proceed, let me check whether this is 90 degree or not. Yes, this is pakka 90 degree, no problems at all. So now what next is that I have to draw a circle going through BDC. For that I will require a perpendicular bisector of BC. So I go to this, make one arc here. Is it in line? Is it going to come over here? Yes. So make one arc here and make one another arc here. Then I come over here, intersect this arc, intersect this arc, and now I connect these lines. This is my perpendicular bisector. Okay, my dear students. So now next what I have to do is I have to take this as my midpoint, and then this is my center. Yes, this is my center, and is this? Yes, it is going through this also. So this is my circle, which is right. It is going through P, it is going through D, and it is also going through C. This is my circle, rightly asked. Fine, my dear students. So like this, it has passed all my tests, and now I have to go forward to draw a tangent from this A to this. Already this AB is a tangent. Another tangent is required. For that this is the point which is outside the circle. This is the center. I will require to draw this segment now. And then I will have to draw a perpendicular bisector of that segment. Remember, my dear students, you have to keep eye on your diagram, which is your segment. Perpendicular bisector of this segment. This will come somewhat over here. Okay, this is there and this is there. Fine. Oh, this really keeps on flying. Now what I have to do is that I have to connect this. This is the perpendicular required. You have to properly remember where your perpendiculars are. So this is my perpendicular bisector. This is going to be my circle which is going to guide. I have to check it whether it goes through here. Yes, it is. So now I will go on drawing that circle that is required. Here it intersects the circle. See, it will come over here, right? That is my another segment. Fine. It is intersecting over here. This is my tangent from A. So that is done, my dear students. So now labeling. This is my triangle A, B, O, C. Yes, you have to properly see what is where. This is 90 degree. This was 8 centimeters. this is 6 centimeters. Fine, this was properly done. Then we required to draw a perpendicular on AC. This is perpendicular which was asked to draw on AC, and this is your D. Fine. Then a circle BDC. For that you drew a perpendicular bisector of this, and then you drew the circle BDC. Then a tangent was needed. For the tangent, what you did, you connected AO and then drew the perpendicular bisector of this. Here I will purposely take 3 dashes because there are 2 perpendicular bisectors involved. Okay, and then I drew the tangent AD. Fine. Last is this arrow heads. Finished. This is done. Okay, my dear students, very nice diagram. So here we have to tell AP and AB. AP is equal to AB are the required tangents. So my dear students, with this we have finished question number 6. Now we have to do the last question, question number 7. Draw a circle with the help of a bangle. Okay, now I have to manage for a bangle. Oh, take a point outside the circle. I have to manage a bangle, my dear student. Just a minute. So in this, what they are asking us is draw a circle with the help of a bangle. I don't have a bangle. This is a kada that I have got. I have confiscated from one of the students, so accidentally I have got this. Draw a circle with the help of a bangle. Take a point outside the circle. Construct the pair of tangents from this point to the circle. So now actually in this question, what the challenge is, see, once you draw the circle, now the only problem is that you don't have the center of the circle already present. To get the center of the circle, what we will have to do is, because why will you need the center of the circle? Because they are telling, take a point outside the circle. Now any point you have to take according to your will and wish. Construct the pair of the tangent from this point to the circle. Now you know that without having the center of the circle, you can't, because you need to connect this point to the center of the circle and then draw the perpendicular bisector of that segment. So now is that you have to trace the center of the circle. For that, what you have to do is very simple, my dear students. You have to take any 2 chords. You have to take any 2 chords. Draw the perpendicular bisectors of these chords. Draw the 3.6, 2.8. Draw the perpendicular bisectors of these chords. This is how much? So approximate we have to take anyhow, but okay, wherever these 2 will intersect, hopefully yes or no. This should be the center of the circle. Am I right or not? But this actually, this is a very roughly taken. So how will this match? So let me give it a try first of all, because this I have taken arbitrarily. I'll take, okay, I'll do one thing, I'll take congruent chords. I'll take 2 congruent chords. I don't take the chords as per your will and wish. Of course, but take two congruent chords. You can do one thing. This is the chord. Fine. I took it from there to here, and then I took it from there to here. So here also I'll do the same thing. Okay, it's better to take two congruent chords, my dear students. It is better to take two congruent chords. Don't take any chords as per your will and wish. Because of one reason, I can make out now. Now I will draw a perpendicular bisector of these two chords. They are congruent chords because they are away. I'll still take it because more than half you can take anything. But will this come in the range of the scale? It should. So this is my one arc. This is my another arc. Then I keep it from here. Make one arc. Make another arc. Okay, fine. Now I come over here. I keep it on this. Make one arc over here. Make another arc over here. Then again I keep it on this. Make one arc over here. Make another arc over here. Now I connect this to, I am just interested to draw this because I want the center of the circle. This should definitely be the center of the circle. There is no other chance for the intersection point to refuse to be the center of the circle. Okay. Yes, my dear student, don't worry. This is going to be the center of the circle. And now I have to take any point outside the circle. And this I will, now it's quite clear. You'll have to connect this point to this point outside the circle and draw the perpendicular bisector of this point which is outside the circle. So this should be the yeah, I got confused. This is the point which is outside the circle and this should be the tangent from here. Yes, it is. And from this should be another tangent from here. So this is done, my dear students. So this is the center of the circle O. Here there is no other labeling required, only P and Q and R. These are the required tangents. You drew the perpendicular bisector of this segment, and this also I will make 2 because they are congruent chords. They both are congruent chords. So you can have the same labeling over there. and then you drew the perpendicular bisector over here. Now here, but I will have to change because they are not equal segments. That's all, and then the arrowheads to complete my diagram. That's it, my dear. So with this, PQ is equal to PR are the wired tangents. So only thing that you have to remember is that you have to take congruent chords. You can't take chords of your will and wish when you have to draw. Of course, the size of the chord can be up to your will and wish, but they both have to be congruent chords. Only then, of course, because otherwise the center will shift. So with this we have finished constructions, my dear students, 11.2, and so soon we will start with our other portion. So take care, my dear students. Solve this. Construction is very, very important and very scoring topic for your people for 10th. So please do your practice well, because with that practice only you'll get the precision level. Okay, my dear students, stay home, stay safe, and most importantly, stay happy, my dear students. Love you all.